I finally found 3 perfect trucks for seniors can buy without regret in 2026. Picking the wrong truck after 60 is not just a financial mistake. It is a physical one that can quietly take your independence away, one painful step at a time. Right now, there are seniors driving trucks that are fighting against their own bodies every single day. The step-in is too steep, the tailgate is too heavy, the touchscreen takes 3 menus just to turn the heat up, and the salesperson at the dealership never mentioned any of it. Every year, seniors hurt their knees, their hips, and their backs doing nothing more dramatic than getting into or out of their own vehicle. Not in accidents, not on the highway, just in the driveway, just trying to get in and go somewhere. The truck you drive after 60 either works with your body or it works against it. And here's the thing no one actually says at the dealership. Most seniors only realize their truck is the problem after something already went wrong. So today, we are covering 3 trucks that hold up across every major market, the US, Canada, Australia, and the UK, and that doctors, safety researchers, and longtime truck owners actually stand behind, not because they are the most expensive, because they make sense for the way life actually works after 60. If you believe that reliability matters more than luxury, hit the like button right now, because that is exactly what this list is about. Trucks that make real sense, long-term, stay until the end. Because the #1 pick has a 2026 feature so new that most dealerships have not even brought it up during test drives. And it may be the single biggest reason seniors are choosing this truck over everything else right now. Truck number 3, the Ram 1500. Pain is not something most people factor into a truck purchase. But after 60, it should be the very first thing on the list. Hip stiffness, knee pain, a back that has been through decades of real work. These are not complaints. They are reality. And a truck that ignores that reality costs you more than money. It costs you the trips you stop taking because getting in and out just hurts too much. The Ram 1500 was built like it understood that problem. Its air suspension system has a feature called kneeling mode. When you park and turn the truck off, it automatically lowers itself down. Not slightly, enough that the step-in height shrinks dramatically. You are not climbing up into this truck. You are walking into it. When you come back out, the same thing happens in reverse. The truck meets you where you are. For anyone with a knee replacement, a hip replacement, or chronic lower back pain, that one feature changes the entire experience of owning a full-size truck. The ride quality on pavement and on rough roads is in a different category from anything else at this size. The suspension absorbs bumps in a way that other trucks, even well-reviewed ones, simply do not. If you have ever driven 3 hours and arrived feeling like you need an hour to recover, that is a suspension problem. The Ram 1500 fixes it. The cabin is wide. The seats are genuinely supportive. Lumbar adjustment is standard. You are not fighting the seat. You are just sitting. And in 2026, Ram joined a group of manufacturers quietly walking away from touchscreen-only controls. Physical knobs and oversized buttons are back for climate and audio. You can reach over and turn the heat up without taking your eyes off the road. For anyone with arthritis in their fingers, that is not a small detail. That is the difference between a truck you feel confident driving and one that quietly stresses you out. The Ram 1500 is available in the US and Canada without any complications. In Australia, officially remanufactured versions are accessible through specialist channels. UK buyers can bring one in through a specialist import, which takes more effort, but is absolutely done. If you need full-size capability, real towing, real hauling, and you are not willing to sacrifice your body to get it, the Ram 1500 is the answer. Truck number 2, the Toyota Tacoma and the Toyota Hilux. There is a specific kind of stress that comes with owning a vehicle you do not fully trust. The strange noise on cold mornings, the warning light you are not sure about, the repair bill you did not see coming. After 60 on a retirement income, that stress is not just inconvenient, it is exhausting in a way that affects everything else. The Toyota Tacoma in the US and Canada and the Hilux in Australia and the UK remove almost all of that stress entirely. These are not 2 different trucks pretending to be related. They share Toyota's core engineering philosophy, which has one simple goal: build it so well that the owner never has to think about it. Mechanics everywhere know these vehicles. Parts are available everywhere. You are not tied to one dealership's service department. That independence matters more than most people give it credit for. The reliability record is not a rumor or a marketing claim. It is backed by decades of real ownership data across millions of vehicles in every driving condition imaginable. Seniors who buy these trucks report keeping them for 10, 12, even 15 years without major mechanical issues. On a fixed income, that math matters enormously. Now here is what makes both of these trucks specifically good for older drivers. The hood line is shorter than most trucks in this segment. That means when you are pulling into a tight parking spot or easing up to a curb, you can actually see where the front of the truck is. You are not guessing. You are not inching forward hoping you do not hit something. You can see it. The dashboard is straightforward. No buried settings, no confusing gesture screens, no controls that change depending on which mode you are in. Everything is where you expect it to be. You learn it once, and you know it. The step-in height is lower than the full-size options, which means getting in and out is noticeably easier on your knees and hips. Not effortless, but manageable in a way that makes daily driving sustainable, not something you dread. And in 2026, both the Tacoma and the Hilux added biometric monitoring through the steering wheel. The sensors track heart rate and fatigue patterns quietly, in the background. If your grip pattern changes in a way that suggests drowsiness or sudden medical distress, the system alerts you first. If there is no response, it begins a controlled, safe stop and contacts emergency services. For seniors who drive alone, and many do, that system is not a gimmick, it is a genuine safety net. Resale value is the final piece. If the day comes when you decide to stop driving, you get a serious portion of your investment back. Toyota trucks hold their value better than almost anything else in this segment, in every market they operate in. For seniors who want a truck they can trust completely and never have to worry about, this is it. Truck number 1. The Ford Ranger. Trailer. And now the one that checks every single box in every market for every type of senior driver. The Ford Ranger in 2026 is not the biggest truck on this list. That is exactly why it is number 1. Getting a truck to work in your actual life, not just on a highway but in a UK high street, an Australian suburb, a Canadian winter, an American small town, requires a truck that fits where you actually go. The Ranger does that without asking you to give anything up. It is compact enough to slide into parking spaces that would genuinely stress out a full-size truck driver, but it is long enough, powerful enough, and spacious enough that it never feels like a compromise on the open road. That balance is harder to find than it sounds. The Ranger has it. Now, visibility after 60 is not optional to think about. Eyes change, depth perception shifts. Judging the edges of a vehicle in a tight space becomes harder. The Ranger's 360-degree camera system in 2026 does not just show you what is behind you, it shows you the entire truck from above, in real time as you move. Every angle, no guesswork. For parking, for trailering, for navigating narrow lanes, it removes the anxiety from situations that used to require perfect judgment. The driver display is one of the most readable in any truck at this price point. Large fonts, high contrast, clean layout. You can check your speed, fuel, navigation, and safety alerts at a glance without squinting or leaning forward. That sounds basic. Most trucks still get it wrong. The tailgate is engineered to be lightweight and controlled. It does not drop with a crash and pull your shoulder with it. It comes down with a smooth, managed motion that you can handle with one hand. For anyone who has tweaked their back catching a heavy tailgate, that engineering decision is immediately obvious. And then there is the 2026 feature that most dealerships have not gotten around to explaining yet. AI-assisted self-hitching. For retired campers. For anyone who pulls a trailer to a weekend site or a boat to the lake. Lining up a hitch used to mean 3-point turns, a spotter, craning your neck at an awkward angle, and a fair amount of frustration. The Ranger's 2026 system eliminates all of it. You pull up near the trailer, press a button, and the truck uses its own sensors and cameras to reverse itself into perfect alignment with the coupler. No neck strain, no spotter, no repeated attempts. You just walk around and connect it. For seniors who love camping and hauling but have been quietly cutting back because the physical part got too hard, that system gives it all back. Reliability is strong. Parts and service are available in every market the Ranger operates in. The controls in 2026 feature the physical knob and button approach for daily functions, with touchscreen only where it genuinely makes sense. Running it day-to-day is intuitive from the first drive. The Ranger is the truck that works for the most people, in the most situations, without making you choose between practicality and comfort. That is why it is number 1. Before you buy any truck, test drive it the right way. Get in and out several times, not once. Check that you can reach the controls without taking your eyes off the road. Look at the camera systems while someone walks behind the vehicle. Make sure the seat actually supports your back on a longer drive, not just in the first 5 minutes in the parking lot. Drop a comment below. Tell us which of these 3 you are considering. Or tell us what truck you are driving right now and why. Your real experience is more useful to someone reading those comments than anything we can say. If this gave you something real to work with, subscribe. We put out exactly this kind of honest, practical information every week. Not trends, not hype, just guidance that helps you stay safe, stay independent, and stay on the road longer.